We're here now to talk about type 1 diabetes and women, and I'm pleased to have Dr. Ryan Harris from the Medical College of Georgia with me today. Dr. Harris is the clinical exercise and vascular physiologist at the Georgia Prevention Institute and Department of Public Health. Is that right?
Population Health Sciences.
Population Health Sciences, that's
right.
what it is. Yeah. At the Medical College of Georgia at Augusta University.
Yeah, it's a handful.
How many cards do you have to tape together to get all of that?
Yeah, a lot.
Yes, a lot. It's a lot. Yeah. But what Dr. Harris is doing is so important because data shows women with type 1 diabetes have up to a 3 times greater risk of cardiovascular disease than men with type 1. And what you've discovered is that estrogen is like the key in all of this, where it's good for most women in terms of heart health. It's having the opposite effect on women with type 1.
Yeah, so this is something very interesting to us because estrogen is beneficial for the heart in premenopausal women without diabetes, but it has a total opposite role in women with type 1 diabetes.
It sort of makes me mad too that it is this way for women but not for men.
Yeah.
It's the estrogen thing again.
Yeah, that's one thing that really caught our attention is, I'm really interested in cardiovascular disease. Mm-hmm. So in general, we think that women are protected against heart disease compared to men. But if you have type 1 diabetes, there's something about that changes the whole risk profile in these women. So it's super important to study.
Well, and you are conducting a study now. In fact, you're looking for 90 women to do this study. I had a couple of notes here that I would like to refer to. You're looking for 90 premenopausal women with type 1 diabetes, and for comparison's sake, 30 healthy premenopausal women. And then you're going to match them with men of type 1, these folks 18 to 40.
That's right. So the whole idea, Jenny, is that we really want to understand why these women are at 3 to 4 times greater risk.
Wow.
So, we want women with diabetes, we want women without diabetes, we want men because they're kind of our comparison group of the diabetic state. And what we're going to do is we're going to give them 3 different treatments and try to understand why they're at such greater risk compared to those who aren't.
Now, one of these has something to do with oxidation.
Yes. So the whole premise behind estrogen being a bad guy, we think, is that it increases this oxidative stress in the body. It's a bunch of free radicals that are going around causing disturbances in the body. So we think that women with diabetes actually have a higher oxidative state than men with diabetes because of that estrogen.
Yeah.
And we can't control the estrogen in women. I mean, it's a natural cycle.
Right.
So it is part of their daily lives. It is part of their monthly cycle. So we want to try to understand at periods of high estrogen, what is causing this increase in risk?
And you're looking at a woman's cycle in all of this and the peaks and valleys of estrogen in her system.
Yeah, so I think part of the novelty and what the government really liked about this is using the woman's natural progression and using the natural menstrual cycle rather than giving drugs or increasing estrogen in a woman's body. We're using the natural progression. So we're going to study the women during their early phase in the cycle and then during periods where estrogen is higher. And so we could target those different phases.
The study, several $1 million you've gotten to do this study that you are enrolling now. And we do have a phone number that we could share with folks who would be interested if you want to share that information.
Yeah, it's, the laboratory is 706-721-5998 or 706-721-5483, and that's our study hotline.
We'll have that information for you on our website, so you'll want to make sure to go to WJBF.com and click the Jennie link. Really important for, I would think, for younger women to know this sort of information now, because it will just help them as they get older.
Yeah, I think, you know, like we said, the menstrual cycle is a natural progression, especially in a young woman. And the more we understand about how that can be impacting the risk profile, the earlier we can understand it, the better off they're going to be later on in life.
Well, right before your segment, we saw a story about researchers at MCG who are working with children and children with diabetes, children with type 1, and it's great to know that you're also doing a study with women with type 1. And again, if you know someone who would be interested in being part of this study, please go to the website or call me here at the station, and we'll give you the number so that they can get enrolled for this study at the Medical College of Georgia. Dr. Ryan Harris, thank you so much for your time today.
Yep, thank you, Jenny. Thanks for having me on.
Coming up next on Jennie, an inspiring event paying tribute to a civil rights icon. Details about the 50th anniversary events honoring Martin Luther King's legacy.